Rebecca, do you want to start first, Rebecca?
Can?
Yeah.
I'm Radha. My father is Saravanamuthu. So my maiden name was Radha Saravanamuthu. He was attached to the PWD, and he was the superintendent of stores. So we had a house just opposite. So we used to stay there. I think from the age of 5, I was staying there, going to school at Methodist Girls' School. Then I used to go to Vivekananda Tamil School for afternoon Tamil language. Then eventually somewhere in the early 50s, one Sri Gopal Shetty came and started dance classes. So I think I was around 10 or 11 that time. So I joined that as well. So we had quite a lot of our own culture around school, dance class, and then across at the other side we had the temples. So we used to go for temple. So every weekend this is our routine. Go for dance class, go to school, go to temple, and then a lot of cultural activities at the Vivekananda Hall. So dance and music and talk, lectures. So we were all the time involved in this. So we loved the place.
Okay.
I.
Yeah. I'm sure everyone does.
Yes.
And
Yeah, myself, my name is Gowri Gnanasegaran, and I've been staying in this house ever since I was born, which is still there, my mom's house, and she had been staying in that house from the time, it's about more than 80 years my mom stayed in that house.
Wow.
It is just opposite the KL Suits, the new KL Suits. So if you ask me, I only know Brickfields, and right now my life is literally Jalan Berhala to Jalan Berhala to Tempat Berhala, literally that, because I still stay in the same house, walk towards Jalan Berhala and walk to Tempat Berhala, which is upstairs on the 6th floor. So there's nothing else that I can ask for, and lots of beautiful memories in those olden days. I mean, I'll say it because I'm just past half a century. So that's how long I've been living here. And the people in that era, that time, the 70s, I will say they were very friendly to each other, and you knew your neighbors. I think earlier period, I think when my mother's time, they literally, like this, my house being a little bit more bigger, not the 100 quarters, it was the first house that had TV. So most of the Ceylonese community will come there and watch TV in my grandparents' house.
Yeah. The natural habit of all our mothers is around
5
after
o'clock,
cooking and lunch is over, they take the umbrella and they start visiting the neighborhood. They'll go into each other's house, have tea, talk,
they chit-chat,
and come back just in time to do dinner. So this is my mother's routine also.
And they have nicknames because there'll be so many similar names.
So
Panjang
many,
Kandaya, this Kandaya.
So they have nicknames. A good jolly time they had, and so did we.
So they were very close.
They were very close.
Yeah, closely knit.
Even the neighbors who were multiracial community, they were also close to a certain extent.
Nice, it was nice. Festivals, we exchange cakes and visit each other.
Yeah.
That's why my father had a lot of Indian friends.
Yeah, and then we had the big padang, the field there. So everyone enjoyed coming there and having fun. Especially the children will go there and play every evening. We look forward to gathering there, playing with the football or sliding down
We have a lot of fun.
hill. So many
and
things.
My father had this 6 o'clock must be home. If not home, wet. So that is what we enjoyed. It was fun. It was nice time. And the Buddhist temple, whenever there's Visak, we'll all line up and watch the procession. It was so amazing, and Buddha lying in so
blissful sight
magnificent
to see.
Nice times we had.
Yeah, I mean, as kids, my parents took us to the Buddhist temple for every Vesak. Then I got married. I have 3 kids. We followed the same tradition. So even now, till this year, we go as a family to the Buddhist temple on Vesak Day.
Yeah.
For me as child, I enjoyed the procession, buying things and eating, playing with our friends.
Apart from going into getting Buddha's blessings,
the stalls, the umpteen stalls that were around, used to be around every year. So we had a jolly time actually.
So what was your fondest memory about Vesak Day? Because I know Vesak Day is synonymous to Jalan Berhala.
The memory was those little monks that were introduced to the, so they'll be holding the bowl, small little boys. one side I used to be amazed. At the other side I used to think, oh God, they have to leave their family and be monks. So that used to give me a bit of a, anxiety. But all the same, I admired them. Little ones, they stood all the way with their begging bowls.
In fact, hearing Radhaka, I just remembered an incident with my eldest fella. In fact, that's my eldest fella, that photograph. My eldest son, and he has some connection to Buddha. I don't know what it is. From the age of maybe about 6-7 months old, I used to bring him here to Temple of Fine Arts, and at that time this building was not up. So anyone who stood outside our main door, he will just point his hands that he must go to the temple. So whomsoever is carrying will take him to go and see Buddha. So he has got some connection to Lord Buddha. In fact, our patron, our founder Swamiji, sort of like even blessed him. And then we had gone to India in 2003 for a yatra there, a pilgrimage, and it was in Kashi, the place of Buddha's birth, Saranat. So we went there, and my son wanted to go. Swamiji said, yes, you have to take him to Buddha's place. We took him there. We got him a Buddha statue and initiated my son into Buddha's prayer. So till today, my son prays to Buddha. That means we have a statue of Buddha in the house, prays to him, and then only he leaves for university.
That's good.
That's, I mean, he doesn't.
That's a connection. That's
some connection which I can't explain, whether his past birth or what it is, he is connected to Buddha a lot.
Oh, that's very nice.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, okay. All right. Okay. So what are your fondest memories of Brickfields? Since you've been here for such a long time. So maybe you can just tell me something, what are your fondest memories living here?
Do you want to go ahead first?
For me, I lived only while I was a young girl. After that, I was not here. But every week I'm here. The fondest memory is coming for dance class, going to the temple, you see, and taking part in all the other activities around, going for lectures by great saints who came.
Yeah, I think
and that's how we met. I met my guru.
Yeah, because
That's how I
he came
met
and gave his talk and
lectures
in
at the
Vivekananda
Vivekananda Hall, where we all used
in
to
1971,
go and, listen,
yeah.
and that's how we became devotees of him.
Yeah.
And then so much of connection. Then he's the one who said, why not the dance teachers around start the school. So my husband Sri Gopal Shetty and Miss Sri Vatsala Shivadas and Shivadas together started this with the blessing of our Guru. That's how our fine arts started. So more connected, so every other day we were coming to Brickfields because of fine arts. And the dance classes and the music classes and then the canteen and the lavanya where we sold clothes. Then what about the melas?
Melas, we had the monthly, every full moon we had a kind of mela, what we call it, like a fun, a fun atmosphere where we have dinner and then a performance. So people pay for the dinner and watch the performance and go. So we used to have it every month.
So the students perform?
Students, in fact, I used to dance with Radha teacher's son, Umesh and Ravi, so that was the thing. A lot of, and of course, I will say growing
we were practically living here.
Exactly, this was our home.
I was in PJ, I mostly I'm here until late night when we go back to sleep.
We used to go back at 1 a.m. sometimes, especially during productions, towards a production.
Then that time we had no helpers, We used to help wash our
bathrooms, do everything.
This building was not up.
Yeah.
It was one flat cemented area where we did a lot of good things,
cleaning,
lot
sweeping,
of productions,
sewing the costumes,
lot of productions
at a very young age. So if I am able to stand outside there today, it's everything that I've learned from Temple of Fine Arts, everything from 10 years old. Wow. So that has made me who I am today.
Yeah.
So I cannot. I'm
so
actually
inevitably our children
have
automatically grew up here.
Like
as babies, I brought them here, and they grew up here. They learned to dance and sing and all that.
Yeah.
And also they went to school, and like my children, all the three are in dance. My daughter is a teacher she's the head of Perth.
Temple of Fine Arts, Perth. Her daughter.
My son, Ravi, he teaches here. My youngest fellow also, he does contemporary. He's a graduate of WAPA.
And he teaches in Aswara.
And he teaches in Aswara. contempt
in Aswara.
Ara,
Yes.
and then he also
He contributes, I mean, he comes here and then gives advanced
Like,
training to the senior
training.
students.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we are all full timers here. Lah.
Yeah.
So Brickfields is our place.
It's
In
your
fact,
place.
I will say this is our home, and our home is our second home. That's
Yeah,
how
correct.
it was. I mean, I
Yeah.
literally grew here. In fact, for me initially, because I qualified to be an analyst programmer, and I used to work outside. But my heart was here. It's not about the money. It's something else, some magic in this place that you can't explain that wants us to be here. So yes, money is tight, but there is something else that's happening that I cannot, as I say, explain what is that magic that I want to be here.
Yeah, I can see in your face.
Yeah.
You're all glowing when you're
Yeah.
talking about the
In fact,
temple of
Radhaka,
Fine
just
Arts.
to
Yeah.
highlight also, in fact, this whole place belonged to my grandfather, this whole land.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And he was, he had in turn given it to my uncle and auntie, and they were Swamji's devotees, that is our patron's devotee, and they
gave
it
it
to
to him.
Swamji.
And that's how this place
This whole
became
place has
fine
become.
arts. And eventually, after so many years of saving, doing
We managed
productions, doing dinners, doing road shows,
to raise funds.
we raised the fund
To
and
build up this place.
And still, we are paying loan.
Yeah, yeah.
So it started off as one story.
No story at all. Just
Oh,
a
no
tent.
story at all.
a
I'll just
huge
show you. Do you
tent.
mind me if I get
Yes,
up and I
yes.
show you the old building?
Huge
Story.
tent. So we practically lived
So
here.
this
Morning
was
we'll
our
come,
old
we'll wash the
building.
place.
Radhaka, this is our
Yeah, yeah.
old Temple of Fine Arts. Our first Temple of Fine Arts.
That's
This
actually
is
very beautiful.
Yeah.
this was how it was.
Then today it is
And
like
then
this.
today we have come up to this place today.
Oh, I like that architecture actually.
Yeah.
Yes, yes. Also, that was how it started.
Yeah.
And then
Slowly build up.
Slowly build
build up.
Yeah. My husband gave his life to this place.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's lived here for
He
so many
lived here.
days.
He never comes home,
Master Gopal Shetty.
Every
yes.
day he'll find something to do, decorate this place,
His mind-
another area to facilitate for dance, music. So he practically lived
Constantly
here. Only
he's-
weekends, at times he'll come, at times he will send the clothes through us to give the dobi. That's how he was to bring the
correct me
place
if I'm
up.
wrong, the founder of Temple of Fine Arts
Is
His
Swami
Holiness Swami Shantanand
is our guru,
Saraswati.
and the people work with him are Gopal Shetty and Shivadas.
They are
Shetty
the
is
pioneer
marvelous.
masters of Temple of Fine Arts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They lived for this place actually.
I see.
In fact, Radhaka and Master Gopal Shetty, they were one dancing couple. Master Shivadas and Vatsala teacher were another
Another
dancing
dancing
couple.
couple.
I was fortunate enough to start learning from Vatsala teacher from the age of 4. And then when Temple of Fine Arts started in
She came in and joined.
81, we moved in here together. So, and she's still
So
teaching.
all around
She's
this
81.
is-
Vatsala teacher is still teaching. She's 81. So I feel I'm
Is that the
really.
lady that I met?
No. That's Mala's
She's
teacher.
gone on.
Vatsala teacher has gone to India. Just
Ah.
left on Sunday. So for me, it's a real big blessing to still be under the wings of my gurus, my teachers.
Yeah.
I feel so
Yes.
blessed.
And now your children as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah, our children are full
All
timers.
full time.
Wow.
I mean, meaning they are
So
studying.
it's Brickfields all the way. Everything happens in Brickfields.
Anything
And
happens
you
in
know,
Brickfields.
for me, because I still live here in Brickfields, right? So
Yes.
the convenience of this whole place, central,
Yeah.
like you want to travel to somewhere that's
Yeah.
from New Central, you can take the MRT or the LRT. It's so
Yeah, yeah,
central. You
yeah.
can
So that's-
literally get everything here in Brickfields itself. Though I miss the Sri Kota shop really very badly, because in that particular shop you get everything from your provision to anything else for household things to electrical goods. I really miss that particular
When
shop.
I teach dance in my room at 5th floor, there is a Chinese temple over there
Yeah.
that daily we walk as children to go to Methodist school. We used to walk past
Past
the
the
temple,
school.
and the temple is still there. So
There's-
every time I
Beside
see
the shop lot.
No, Radhaka, I
Behind.
think Radhaka, I think that one is near the MGS, opposite MGS school, isn't
yeah,
it? Behind MGS
Oh,
school.
behind
No,
MGS.
beside Bisma Harapan.
I see. Okay.
Ah,
Yeah.
so those whenever I see that, I think of the days I used to walk past,
Yes.
and then the people praying, and the jossic smell,
Yeah.
all that comes back to
A
my
lot
mind.
of beautiful things.
It's very
Yeah.
nostalgic, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
In fact,
Oh.
even like my grandmother,
Yeah.
she goes to the temple, Scott Road Temple,
Ah.
every Friday. So what my uncle used to do is, because I used to go to MGS school, right? So my uncle will take me and my grandma. I'll follow my grandma to the temple, and then I'll walk over to my school and finish school and then come back home. So everything was I literally lived in Brickfields. Everything is in Brickfields. So even if the house condition is in a bad state, I wouldn't want to live Brickfields because it's so convenient in every sense. Walking distance, the temples, the
And
shrine.
now to make it even better, Vivekananda Hall, Ashramam, has been made a heritage entity. So it is our Indian heritage. So it's such a proud thing, you know. That
And also, I mean, in Malaysia, to see that we have the church, we have the Buddhist temple, you have the temple. So every morning around between 6 to 7:30, you can hear all the different bells ringing, and it's such a beautiful, beautiful
it is,
thing. Even now, we must take like last.
because it's all ongoing.
Yeah. So even like last evening when I was taking my class, as we finished the practice at 7:30, the Buddhist bell was ringing. So for me, it was like a good omen for my students because we're presenting something for Swamiji Samadhi Radhaka. So as we've concluded the practice, dong dong. So for me, it was like, what more can you ask for? You know, those kind of blessings. The Buddhist temple bell. So from my house, I can hear the Buddhist temple bell. I can hear the church bell. It's very nice.
That's very nice.
Yeah. And you can hear like in the mornings if you do your walks, you can hear the monks chanting.
Okay.
So,
Wow.
Now with the
You
little
picture it
India
really-
coming in, it's really very hard, bubbly, very
Bubbly.
bubbly, and a lot of jam, traffic jam.
That is the only drawback here, the
Yeah,
traffic
which
jam.
brings
With
me
the
to
little-
my next question actually, because you know we have seen a lot of changes
Yes.
recently.
Yes, too
Uh,
many high-rise buildings.
being
Yeah, yeah.
pulled down, replaced by apartments,
Yes.
offices.
And
Yes.
it's not,
Yes.
it's not,
So yeah, like, what do you think about this? This pulling down of old buildings.
Yeah, it's
Losing
progress,
the
it's opportunities, but at the same time, it's a hindrance for traffic, for jam. It's such so much of jam.
and
So it has its good
not
and bad.
well thought of planning. You know, they've not thought well, especially where traffic is concerned. We don't have parking space at all.
Yeah, at all.
Really, but if you come on Sunday to the Buddhist temple is busy with activities. TFA is busy with activities. The traffic is so bad, and when we're taking classes upstairs, we can hear all the cars going honk, 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 honking because they can't find parking space. The main road is also packed because everyone comes to Little India. It's quite convenient to buy everything that you want. You know, you can buy your groceries, you can buy your provision, you can buy sari. So it's like everything in one area. So the place is really jam-packed. No proper planning, not enough parking lots. And the thing is, people park their cars even during weekends or public holiday.
Yeah. Even
they get
during our
summoned.
shows, when we have performance,
Yes.
they find they don't have enough
Parking
parking.
space,
The,
even
the
during-
audience that come don't find good
Parking
parking
space.
spot.
So we
they have
need
to park
that.
far away.
Or take Grab and come.
Because they can't park downstairs, right?
You cannot.
Very
Not
limited.
enough,
We only have
very
about
limited.
25 parking bays in the basement.
So, I hope they do something about
That is
increasing the parking.
That they should do because you see, like on Vesak Day also,
Oh, God.
we parked our car outside our compound basically because people block our entrance, so we can't come out, neither can we go in. So we just put it such a way so that it's easy for us to go in and out. Our cars were summoned. Everybody's car was summoned on a public holiday. On Sunday evenings, cars get summoned left, right and centre here in Brickfields, which I feel it's not fair, especially during weekends and, you know, public holidays, but that's happening here.
I see. Oh, such a shame, right?
Yeah.
How about, okay, let's talk about the youth.
Yes.
Yes. Since part of this project is about, you know, it's aimed at the youth.
Yeah.
So you've been teaching dance for such a long time. You yourself were students.
Yeah.
How do you think have the youth changed from yesteryears to now?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the attitude towards learning is different. You can see that some just come for class and go back. They don't practice or they don't really dwell in class. And I think the pandemic spoiled things too because everyone became so dependent on their handphones or their laptop, and so that has spoiled their posture in general because everybody's like this, and we keep saying the answers have to be like this to, you know, to maintain that. So
You
that's
see,
one.
a school-going child, Monday to Friday is their school, and in between they have their homework and their tuitions. So when weekend comes, there's no time for them to divert and do other nonsense because they are engaged in dance and music here, and the time is spent well learning culture, and so their mindset doesn't go and look for other nonsense, you know.
Yeah.
They are all focused to come here, they are focused to the performances. So it is a
It
good,
does- it
healthy
does help.
growth coming. We see that happening.
Yeah.
But of course, it is inevitable to
Not everybody.
not everybody.
Yeah, because
the ones who are going wild are there.
yeah, and
Who
also
are not connected to this side. They have, they want to do something, so they do that.
you see, as
wrong
Radha
thing.
teacher said earlier, the house is very important. How much the
Yeah,
parents.
everything starts in the house.
If the parents, push the children, no, you must do it, then you can
As
see
a
the
child,
child.
it's easy; they will follow.
But if you don't, if the parents just listen to them, because nowadays I find this, parents, they are so busy working. So when the son or child, a daughter says, no, Appa, I'm not interested, immediately, okay,
Give
never
the
mind,
money
stop,
and say, okay,
stop,
it's
stop your
okay,
class,
never
go to
mind, do
another
what you
class.
want.
So that means
And
there's
so
no continuity.
that
see?
distracts
So-
them. And so they find interest in that side.
Yeah.
Because there was no interest in this side. So they want to be interested in something, but there it's open, so they go that
Yeah.
way. And so,
So-
they get into wrong hands, wrong
Yeah.
behavior, wrong attitudes and culture.
But I mean, over the years of training, I've also noticed that students who finally decide that they become keen, overall they do well in their studies, because I think learning something cultural, whether it's classical, whether it's music or dance, it makes their mind focus.
Focus that.
And in that sense, it makes them become focused. Okay, this to this time I must study, this to this time, and a lot of
Discipline lah.
them basically discipline, and a lot of them who are good in their dance or music are actually good in their studies until they become doctors. So many of them even our teachers, some of them who are doctors, and they are teaching in Temple of Fine Arts too. So it does help. It does help a lot,
Yes.
a lot. And students also, like some of my students have expressed, teacher, I've realized something, studies is not everything. We need a balanced. These are young, like they are in Form 4, Form 5? Form 4 students, they have realized that we need something balanced. They themselves have told me, not me telling them. As recent as 2 weeks ago, they just said, teacher, I've realized something, studies is not everything. Yes, it is important, but we need to do this other things
refresh
also,
your
which
mind.
is good.
So sort of refreshing keeps you.
Yeah, and you can study better, because especially when you do dancing, you're having blood circulation, so oxygen flows, the mind becomes strong, more alert, you
Good,
learn
good.
faster.
Yes, yes.
So we are happy that we are in Brickfields and we are running quite successfully.
Yes.
So we hope to draw a lot more students and be internationally recognized in Brickfields, Temple of Fine Arts in Brickfields.
In Jalan Berhala.
Jalan Berhala.
Jalan Berhala.
It should not change,
To
because
be definite.
I do have the road plans from my grandfather's era. I still have it. It's written there, Temple Road. I still have Radhaka, that my grandfather had.
Yeah, I can back then, right?
It was Temple Road. The name of this
Yeah.
place was
Yes.
Temple
Because
Road.
all the temples around, like
Yeah.
material.
You
what
have
temple?
mosque
Temple.
by the side there. You
Yeah,
have the temple.
temple,
You have the
temple
church. How
again.
many churches here? Buddhist temple, Chinese temple.
Yeah. So
And all of
Temple
us are
Road
tolerant to
is a
each
fair
other.
name.
And that is how we grew up. Not this, even, while before the scales youths were put up, Radhaka, the 100 quarters, we had Malay people staying in front of our house. You know how helpful they were? Like when they saw my mum once when she fainted, how one of the front house guy, he was just with his towel, he just ran across to my house and helped me lift my mother up. It's like they didn't feel that Malays cannot get close to each other. They were so helpful, not like now where they keep themselves a little distance away. So wish we can bring back that era of whether you're Chinese, Indian, all of us are one. Because I think also, Radhaka, we have been trained by Swamiji, all are one. Every religion is basically
Basic
the
is
one.
that.
The
Basic
one.
is that.
Basic
It's
is
how
that,
just the path is different.
Our way of lives have
Changed, yeah.
gone astray.
Yeah,
So-
but we're still one.
Yeah, we are still one. That's the most important thing. So for us, even like Radhaka, I think when we had productions before, we have done Lady Whitesnake, we have done Masuri, we have done all this. So
Swan
when
Lake.
Swan Lake, and when
Jonathan
we,
Livingston, Seagull, but all in Indian style, not following one particular discipline,
Yeah.
an open choreography, where
And-
we incorporate movements to suit the scene.
And what was very interesting was Swamiji, our founder, made us, like when we did Lady Whitesnake, I played the heroine's role. He made me go to Tian Hao temple and pray to Kuan Yin there. He even taught me the mantra, Gowri, recite this for 1 month. So we recited. When we did Buddha's show, we did
Yeah,
Dharma
he
Ashaka.
is very
He made us
broad-minded,
go
you
to
know.
Buddhist temple and pray every morning. Really,
Yeah,
I'm not
he's
joking.
very broad-minded.
Then when we did
because
Masuri,
religion in totality.
yeah,
Not
and
segregated.
Not segregated. In fact, when we did,
But it used to irritate me as a child because when it comes to Visak, we will have our own prayers and we'll recite all the mantra for Buddha. Then when meet Christ, we will have Christianity
We
prayer.
still celebrate Christmas.
He will enjoy and we'll have all the hymns and all. Then
He sings all the hymns.
You see,
Yes,
so
I'm not-
and then when back in school, they look down at Hindus, you know. So I used to think, why Swamiji is doing this? Why is he upholding every religion? That time I didn't understand the broadness of his outlook, you see. I think he is simply wasting time. Midnight sit and pray for
Christmas. We do, even till
Because
last year,
then
we
they
did.
look down on
Every
us.
year, Christmas Eve, we have our prayers. We put the Christmas
must see
tree.
what grand style.
Yeah.
We reenact the whole birth of Christ.
In fact,
All
I think in
children will do, all the children will get
1973,
together.
Swamiji had the whole play in La Salle School, and my father was one of the kings, the three kings.
Yeah.
In fact,
He
Radha
used to have good times, such good times.
Yeah. And what
With
Radha-
Swamiji around, because he was broad-minded.
he trained us to
He
be like
was
that,
so good.
not to be narrow-minded. Radhaka, in fact, for Masuri also, when we did Masuri, he took the main cast to Langkawi, to Masuri's tomb, and get her blessings
Yeah,
before we
yeah.
did the production. So this is how Swamiji has trained us.
That perspective of Swamiji
Is-
from totality, he says religion.
It's not
not
just-
segregated.
Yeah.
Because he understood religion in the right way.
I see.
Yeah.
So do you
God
still
is
carry
one.
on this
We still do. We
Yeah,
still
God
do.
is one.
We still do.
You still do.
We
We
still
have
do.
what prayer, our final prayer?
Universal prayer.
We have a universal prayer that we do every
We
day
recite
closing
every,
time.
yeah.
I see.
That is for the whole universe.
We still do.